Hi everybody, welcome to the South Australian Sports Show. I hope you can stay with us for the next hour. Barry Curtin joins me as always. Baz, how are you?
Good, mate.
Been an interesting weekend, hasn't it? Well, it's been a big week in sport, hasn't it?
It's been a massive week.
I know Bevo's going to join us a bit later. We've got swimming, we've got the Port, the Crows, they're all copping it, mate. But more importantly, the test about to start. The Aussies, you think they're in good shape? You said earlier in the month, mate, you thought they've been preparing for this for a long time against England.
They have. They seriously have. And I think it'll come out, but I'm pretty sure the Australians have been working on this for longer than 6 months. This has been a really big build-up for the Ashes. We've just had the World Cup of the 50 over stuff. This is the one. This is more important than any of that. And they have been working really hard behind the scenes on the Ashes.
You know how we talk about state of origin, New South Wales, Queensland, we go, oh, gee, it's great, it's passion, I wish we had that. India, Pakistan, it's not quite the same as it's got to be Australia, England. That's kind of the one, isn't it?
My word,
you know, I mean, you can talk about the US Open, but it's always going to be Wimbledon, isn't it? This is, as far as the cricket world goes,
this is it.
Australia v England is the event, isn't it?
Absolutely the event, yeah, absolutely. Whether it be there or here. You know, I know that the Australian public look forward to it. The English certainly do. They really want it, and they like it on their own decks as well. The thing that'll be interesting is what sort of decks will they prepare? Because they've got a pretty good attack, but so have we. You've got to be very careful here. So, not sure, but I know the build-up's great. I even get a little bit, how do you do, the night before at Ashes. I'm not even playing in the damn thing. But you're a supporter of the cricket. This is the big one.
You know, when you talk about they've been preparing for a while, I reckon nearly 3 or 4 years ago we got away from the Kookaburra ball and went to the Doothie, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
For that very reason. So when you look at it back on that, you go, well, maybe it's been a 3 or 4 year journey to get ready. You know, we've got used to playing against the ball because it was a big uproar. The players didn't want to play. They wanted to play with the Kookaburra ball, and that got ruled out. And I'm just conspiracy theory thinking, I wonder if they sat back then and said, no, we need to get used to this because we always get stuck when this happens.
And the other thing too, mate, that's a very good point with the Duke ball. That's exactly what they've done. The other thing is too, people complaining about, well, gee, they rested Hayes. What's Hazelwood doing not playing? How come he's rested? How come he's not out there? The reason he's not out there is because we've got the Ashes.
This is the big one.
He'll be fresh as a dip in a mountain pool. He hasn't played. I mean, he's
fresh as a dip in a mountain pool.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that one from? You just made that one up right there. I haven't heard that one before. It's not bad.
My daddy told me 2 things. Put that one there and always wear a white shirt so you never get a dirty job.
Okay.
But that's what they've been doing. They've been resting blokes. And they're ready for it, mate. They are dead set ready. The Australians could not be better prepared. So there's no excuses at all.
All right. Just quickly before we get to Bridget and the sporting news. Travis Boak moved out of the midfield, back into the midfield this year. He's a strong tip. Mate. He's a strong tip for the Brown, mate.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Are you surprised?
He's dipped a little bit, but his first half of the year was unbelievably outstanding. No, I think it freshened him up, Phil.
Yeah.
That's what it did. That's what it did. I mean, he had the burden of the captaincy, which is a massive burden.
Oh, absolutely. No question.
Plus, he's in the midfield. He's getting bashed around. Last year, okay, bring him out of there. Half forward flank, didn't do a little cameos in the midfield. He's come back fresh as a dip.
Oh, he's been terrific.
He's playing well.
And seriously, he is. He's in the top 5. When names are mentioned right now, he's in it. If we say from Port, we're talking South Australia here, he's for Port. Who do you reckon is going to poll best for the Crows?
Oh, the Crouch boys will poll.
So Brad Crouch?
I think Brad will poll well. I think Brad's a good player. I think he's better than Matt because he's more direct.
Who's going to win it? And who's going to win it?
The Brownlow?
Yeah.
Gee, that's a big one. I think Grundy will win it.
Lachie Neale from Brisbane?
Yeah, big show. Big show, yeah. But I like Grundy. For some reason.
All right, well, I'm going to go with Lachie Neale. You're going to go with Grundy, but we need to get over to Bridget for the sporting news. Bridget, what have you got for us?
Thanks, boys. I'm Bridget, and here's what's happening in SA Sport. Top 8 chances are slipping away for Port Adelaide after going down to the Giants by a single point in round 19. Travis Boak racked up a monstrous 40 disposals, and Robbie Gray kicked 3 goals, but it was the Giants who claimed the crucial 4 points. The Power will face the Dons in a must-win game tomorrow afternoon at Marvel Stadium. The Crows have also found themselves under the pump after suffering a loss against a sprightly Carlton side. The Crouch brothers and Rory Laird were effective for Adelaide in the midfield, but they couldn't match a career-best game from Blues captain Patrick Cripps. Adelaide will be hoping to retain their spot in the top 8 with a win against the Saints tomorrow night at home. There's some big news coming out of the 2019 World Rowing Under-23 Championships as the men's Cox 4 claimed gold with the help of South Aussie Angus Dawson. The crew led from start to finish and were crowned world champions. It was Angus's first time on an Australian team though. What a way to come onto the world rowing stage. SA's Mitchell Reinhardt also raced a very competitive semi-final, missing out on the A final of the under-23 lightweight men's double by under 2 seconds. In ice hockey, Adelaide Adrenaline have come up short again in their doubleheader against the Melbourne Mustangs over the weekend. A strong third period from the Mustangs saw them run away with Game 1, with a similar story playing out in Game 2, despite a strong all-round performance by Adelaide. Andrew Stapleton and Alice Kratoska were Adrenaline's best, each getting themselves on the scoreboard. Adrenaline will be searching for their first win of the season when they make the trip to the nation's capital to take on top of the table Canberra Brave. To a bit of state footy, SA's country team has been edged out by WA country by just 9 points at Optus Stadium in Perth. The Crow Eaters were forced to play catch-up after a slow first term, but clawed their way back to make it a close contest. Penola's Scott Merritt was awarded the Barry Stringer Medal as SA's best player. The Adelaide Thunderbirds have come out strong in round 10 of the Suncorp Super Netball season, narrowly falling to the Melbourne Vixens. Kate Shimon and Shamira Sterling were best for the Thunderbirds in a hard-fought match that showed the strength of both sides. The T-Birds will be hoping to follow up on their best game of the season with a win against the Collingwood Magpies at Priceline Stadium on Sunday afternoon. Morphettville Park Sports Club is soon going to undergo a revamp worth nearly $4 million. The project's being jointly funded by the Marion Council, the state government and the Sandful. It'll upgrade all of the club rooms and for the first time there will be dedicated facilities for female players. South Aussie swimming star Kyle Chalmers has once again shined on the international stage, displaying his talents at the 2019 Swimming World Championships in Korea. Chalmers recorded a new personal best in the 100-metre freestyle, claiming a silver medal in the process. His achievements have topped off a very successful outing for Australia, which has featured a string of medals and numerous world records breaks. You're up to date. I'll see you next week.